Welcome to Charlie Jane Speakers Radio. This is the show where we share speaking tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your public speaking business. Our goal at Charlie Jane is to get you, the speaker, on the platform in front of thousands of people so that you can teach and motivate your audience, enriching and empowering them to lead fulfilling lives. And now, here's your host, Wendy McNeil.
Hi guys, it's Wendy McNeil with Charlie Jane Speakers, and thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about attracting the best speaking engagements with sample videos. Okay, y'all know videos are huge today, so we're going to talk about this for a little bit in this podcast today. And before I do, I want to invite you, if you have not already been over there, to our free Facebook group. It is called Grow Your Speaking Biz. It's an absolutely wonderful, amazing group filled with very talented speakers that are all trying to grow their speaking business and so willing to help each other out in the process. So please stop by, visit us over there, Grow Your Speaking Biz on Facebook groups, or you can go to speakingbizcommunity.com. That will also get you over to our group. So moving on, attracting the best speaking engagements with sample video. Nothing can help convert a prospect into your next speaking engagement better than a well-chosen video segments. All right? Planners instantly get a sense of your style, how you engage with an audience, and how the audience responds to you. And this can be a deal closer, guys. All right? I've been working with meeting planners and speakers for 16, 17 years, and we've evolved, obviously, a lot. But right now, my highest recommendation for a speaker is to have a video on your website, to be seen a lot in person, and of course, the other one is a one sheet. But the most requested thing that I have seen from them is going to be your video and your one sheet. So I want you to spend some time carefully selecting a video segment to highlight your strengths as a speaker. All right. So number one is, I call it, have you seen me lately? But you have been taking video of yourself, right? Please tell me you've been taking video of yourself wherever you are, whether it's free, a workshop, whether it's paid. Whenever you are in front of a group, make sure that you are recording yourself, okay? Now, if you don't have any video footage and you have not been recording yourself, bring a friend and a camera, smartphone, a camera stand, and it doesn't have to be an expensive attachment. Like if you're by yourself and you can't find a friend, you can get tripods on Amazon easily and inexpensively. So this is important. And you can record your audio on your own smartphone at the front of the room while your friend gets the footage, or while you have your camera back there on a tripod. Anything is better than nothing. So it doesn't have to be inexpensive. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be totally perfect, but it does need to be done. Let me repeat that. It does need to be done. Yes, it needs to be professional and have a good sound quality, but you've got to have something. So you need to start somewhere. Number two is going to be your scene selection. Okay, so I want you to go through your few most recent video files that you might have on file. On your computer. And make note of the file names and the timestamps where you feel you are particularly on point. So when you're viewing your videos, make notes where you feel you're particularly on point, where you got a reaction from your audience, where you responded to the audience. Show off your uniqueness. This is important because your uniqueness is what is going to attract people to you, attract the planners to you. All right, view your video footage. Try to view your video footage, not in your own eyes, but I want you to step out of your shoes and step into the planner's shoes. Like if you were going to hire a speaker your own self. All right, so view the video footage with the planner's eyes. And when you select scenes, what shows your value to the engagement? You should be very well lit, articulate, and well balanced in the video frame. Also make sure that your audio quality is good. This is really important. Make sure your audio quality is good, because if you have your phone camera set up way in the back of the room, but you're not picking up the audio from the front of the room and you can hardly even hear you because you're talking really soft, and they're going to shut the video off. So make sure the audio quality is good in the clips that you choose, in the video clips that you choose. That will even help the audio out to be more consistent during the video editing. Because you don't want like a clip here that the audio is really loud and everybody can hear you, and then having the next clip be and they can't hear you. So it's going to kind of like go back and forth with these clips. So you want to be really, really consistent with that audio. Number 3, I call it KISS, which means keep it short, simple, and sweet. All right. I say 4 minutes max. If you can do it at 3, awesome. Okay. This is not going to be a half-hour long infomercial. So, and I know some of us, not me, but some of us naturally can from time to time have a sailor's mouth. But my recommendation to you that are listening is to just avoid profanity at all costs. Okay. I know it might be, you might say, well, that's just me. That's just who I am. But believe me, it can offend a lot of people. And sometimes planners can be very put offish by it. So if you can just avoid it, you're going to be better off. So avoid profanity. And use clips with messages that translate well to your target audience. Okay? You want to avoid any clips in which you're selling something. You don't want to put those on your video. You probably only need to go over 1 to 3 videos, depending on how long they are, to find sufficient footage for your speaker reel, for your speaker demo. Number 4 is wow them. Okay? Wow them. I want you to put like a little star, a little mark next to any clips you think have the potential to really wow your prospect. That should be the clip that goes at the beginning of your sample video. Something unique, creative, a good laugh, something that gets an outstanding audience reaction. That will keep them watching your video, guys. Okay? If you have more than one wow moment, awesome. Put one at the beginning, one in the middle, and save that one for the end. All right? Psychology will show that people remember the first and the last the best. All right? People will remember the first and the last best. So, number 5, if you need help, ask for help. You don't have to do this alone, guys. Ask a friend to go over the footage with you, or hire someone to help you edit the footage. If you know exactly what clips you need, in which files, which order you want them, and what type of transition you want between the clips and so on, you're going to save money and time on the editing process. So, there's professionals on Upwork, Fiverr. There's just a lot of freelance websites out there, and they can help you. They can help you. As well as maybe some local professionals you may meet at the local chambers or, your Rotary Club. So, highlighting your video samples, it's become easier than ever really to show off your video segments of your speaking engagements. Even a well-placed mobile phone can take good enough footage of an engagement to help you book your next gig. All right? So if your samples aren't readily available, you might get passed over. Your video and one sheet should be readily and prominently available. Hey, even side by side, that would be awesome. So today's event planners are looking for you to make it easy, guys. They're looking for you to make it easy for them to get through all these speakers and the applicants that they have to. So have a video and a speaker one sheet available within one easy click from your website. Because if you're going to spend all this time submitting proposals to this meeting and this conference and this workshop, but you have not done your homework first and got your video and your one sheet and everything on your website that you need, this is going to be majority of the time for naught, because you're going to spend so much time submitting these proposals and putting all that time into them, but you've not put the other pieces that need to be there before you do that. So make sure you guys have a video on your one sheet. A video on your one sheet. That does not make sense. Make sure you have a video on your website and a one sheet on your website. So here's some additional tips before I end this podcast. Continue to monitor which video samples you have available to the public and keep them up to date. Constantly upgrading them every time you have a spot on performance. Okay? And keep in mind to always have your head thinking like a planner. I know sometimes when we do our own videos, we're like, well, yeah, it was really good, but oh my goodness, my hair is sticking like straight up, and boy, my makeup looks really off in that clip. But it was just a fabulous moment, that it was a fabulous connection between you and the audience. Keep it, guys. We don't care if your makeup was messed up. Nobody's going to notice that, or if your hair was out of place. Only you are noticing that. Okay, the planner is not going to notice that. What the planner is noticing is how connected you are with your audience. So when you are placing these pieces together for your video, please try to think like they think. And we got to get outside of our own heads. So that's tip number 1. Number 2 tip. Have like a 3 to 5 second splash screen, a logo, a name reveal, it's like an intro for your video. It's not entirely necessary, but it's a good bonus. Plus, it looks really cool. Number 3, if you have more than one person recording you, make sure you get multiple camera angles into your videos. This is one thing I really highly suggest. Maybe you have a tablet. I don't know, maybe your person has 2 phones. Maybe you can borrow somebody's phone if a friend can't come, but put them on different angles of the room so you can capture that. It's going to make for a better video. And you just use them very carefully just to kind of get that good effect. But be careful. You don't want to make the viewer dizzy either, going back and forth, right? You don't want to do that. Just make it a very nice transition from one view to another view. Tip number 4, if you're planning ahead, capture angles that have props, like plants, and some light background interest rather than like a sterile backdrop on a dull stage. All right. So you can add plants or items of interest to the stage on purpose if your event planner is okay with it. So ask first. And that kind of helps with the mood, right? So number 5 tip, dress to match your audience. I did have a podcast on this. I'll put it in the show notes. I do not remember the one off the top of my head. But it was all about dressing to match your audience, okay? You want to meet them at their level, and you're going to make a better connection. Trust me. If you're at a school, now think back to when you were in high school, okay? If you're at school, don't wear a suit. They're not going to listen, right? It's just, you've got to dress to their level. You're going to connect better with them. But like if you're at a graduation, you may want to dress more formally. But if you're just going to a school to do a talk, I wouldn't recommend wearing a suit. So just dress to match your audience. What number am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, guys. You need to add a QR code on your Speaker One sheet. So if you already have a Speaker One sheet, you can also put this on your website and on any marketing material, honestly. But I want you to have that QR code point to your speaker demo video, right? Let them scan the code, and bam, it will send them right to your website. And the last one, share your video on a variety of video platforms, all right? So you put your video together. Don't just put it on your website. Just blast that thing out there, guys. Put it on all of the video platforms in Facebook, in YouTube, and direct upload them, along with the link to the page with your Speaker One sheet, to your link them to your website so they can learn more about you. So that is my podcast today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did and have a few minutes, I would love if you could take a few minutes and give me a review on iTunes. That really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for listening in.